Today we are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So hello everybody, happy hump day. I'm so happy to be talking to you. Hey Jenny, thank you for joining us. So today the topic that I want to talk to you guys about is, do you know you? Now, before I fully go into this, I'm going to give you guys another second to hop on. Because I know that the systems need to calibrate, need to tell the world that we're going live. And so you guys can join us. So I hope whoever and everyone that is watching now and on the replay, I hope that you're having the most magical, mystical day, that your week has been amazing, and that you've had a great day. And if maybe you've had a rough day, that from here on out, it just continues to get better. Hey, Nikki, thanks for joining. So today we're talking about, do you know you? And the reason why it's so important for us to know ourselves is, just like driving a car, in order to get the best performance out of the car, you got to know how the car works. And just how you can get the best performance out of you is, and for you to honor yourself and discover your superpowers, and for you to really reach whatever it is that you desire in life, you need to know it first, right? And you need to know yourself, what makes you tick. And that's like why I'm so excited about the assessment tool that I'm working with, is because when we work with assessment tools, we can discover things about ourselves that we didn't even know. And it's important to get curious about ourselves and the things that we like, the things that we don't like, the things that we're good at, and also discover hidden talents that we may not even have known, because these are kind of triggers for happiness and can take us to the next level. And not only learning how you operate, it's also important to learn how others operate. When you know how you operate and how others operate, then it's easy also to not be disappointed by things. For example, if you know how someone is, you can't allow yourself to get disappointed when they act contrary to how they are, if you know what I mean. So getting to know you is extremely important. And when you know things about yourself, like, for example, I'm not into group fitness. This is not my thing, but some people love it. And it was a terrible server. Other people like Nikki, who are on the line, she once was a bartender, and she was an amazing bartender. Also, my other sister Shane was an incredible bartender, because people can take multiple tasks and handle them one after another, and handle them as they come, and they're flying at them. This was something that I was never good at. I've always been the type of person, I like to take my tasks and organize and get my lists, and that's how it goes. And just knowing this is huge, because when you know these things about yourself, you can set yourself up for success. And that's not to say that you can't change, evolve, grow, and learn, but some things, of course, I'm sure that I could learn, but these are just not things that, like, you know you, and there are things that we are at our core. And also, to add, there is nobody like you. There is nobody who was born who is like you. There is not a place. There's this amazing quote from this incredible book that I absolutely love. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And as I was preparing for today, I also my morning meditations, and I honestly opened the book to a page and put my finger on the page, and this is what it said, and it was so in line with what we were talking about today. It said, there is a place that you are to fill and no one else can fill, something you are to do which no one else can do. And that means it's important for you to get to know you. That part I just added, because when you know you, when you know what makes you tick, when you also can explore your hidden superpowers and the things that you perhaps have not embraced, you can reach levels of success. You can do all the things that you want to do. You can give yourself the ability to express those dreams that you're maybe fearful of expressing. And when we really truly get to know ourselves, this is an incredible journey. It's also, so how we define things, you can say it's not necessarily easy. It's easy to flop on the couch and put on Netflix and then just shut off. It's a little more work, so to say, to take some time to get to know yourself about what you like, what you dislike. It's like, I like to think of it getting to know you kind of when you're starting a partnership with someone and you're getting to know each other and you're in that phase where you just want to know everything about that person. You're so excited about them. I want to pose this question to you. Why are you not as important as that person that you wanted to get to know or you're wanting to get to know? You should be so curious about all the amazing things about you. You should be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I am awesome. I can do this. I love me, and pull out those things. So getting to know you is an important thing. And I hope I'm really hitting it home here because there's nobody like you. So you are denying yourself the amazingness that you are by not allowing yourself to get to know you. And part of the get to know you process also is getting to know what's underneath the surface, understanding our emotional indicators, understanding our internal guidance system. When something happens and we have feelings come up, feelings of discomfort, anger, fear, whatever it is that's coming up for us, it's important for us to acknowledge it, to allow ourselves to get curious about what's happening so we can uncover what's going on underneath the surface. Because a lot of the time, these are things that hold us back without us even realizing that it's holding us back. We've grown up in a society where where you're actually praised for repressing your emotions, where it's actually something that you're supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're in certain situations, you're not supposed to go, "Hey, friend, thanks for joining." When you're in certain situations, you're not supposed to throw a hissy fit, but it is also important to acknowledge what's coming up for you because there's a reason why it's coming up. And it's an opportunity for you to explore the reason for it coming up and to allow yourself to get to know you more. And if there are things that are holding you back, that you can allow yourself to release them and move forward step by step, day by day. So if we go back to the car analogy, if you want to get the best performance out of your car, you want to know all the bells and whistles. Same works with your phone or even for sports. If you're playing football or soccer, if you don't know what offsides is, you can cause your team a lot of pain. So it's important to know the rules of the game, and that includes the rules of the game for yourself. What you have to offer, what you love, what you don't love, and what hidden talents you have. And just like I said, hey, Dawn, thanks for joining. Just like I said, we as beings, we evolve. So one of the cool things about the Inspired Attorney Assessment is that I also work in a community of incredible coaches, and we do weekly assessments on people. And one of the people who was spotlighted last week, she did an assessment several years ago. And a lot of the core things still remain the same, but this person had evolved on other levels. So that is not to say that we're always the same person, but we evolve, we grow, and we adapt. And so it's important to understand where you are right now and what tools you have at your disposal so you can get to the next step. Now, this also applies to getting to know others. If you know how others are, you won't get disappointed. Or if you are honoring how others are, you won't get disappointed. So honor yourself. Honor yourself and don't allow yourself to get disappointed because you're doing something that's inherently you. Because we as beings, and I know this may be controversial for some, we as beings, I believe, are inherently good. And we want to do good. And so I really want to encourage you to get to know you. And I've given you a lot of tools within the last weeks, and we've talked a lot about getting to know yourself, but really just allow yourself to get to know yourself, because when you understand different things about yourself, you can set yourself up for success. Now, this doesn't always have to be career related. This can also be in a personal instance. So often we don't allow ourselves to really go into hobbies and things that we like to do because we say we don't have time and all these other things. But sometimes people say they have no time, but then they can binge an entire series on Netflix. And that's not, there's no shame. Sometimes we really do want to shut off. But when we really allow ourselves to explore ourselves and find things that make us happy, then we just continue on this happy momentum. And it's not always going to be easy, so to say, because those familiar feelings of discomfort sometimes just feel good because it just feels normal, opposed to allowing yourself to explore the beyond, taking the time to explore the beyond. So I don't want to make this longer than 10 minutes. We're approaching the 10-minute mark. These inspired insights are supposed to be short. So this is what I want to leave you with. Allow yourself to get to know you. There is no one on this planet that is like you. Not a single person can do exactly what you do, can offer just what you do the way you do in any parts of life. Now, we can distinguish ourselves from a career aspect and also to a personal aspect. You know, we all serve different people and we all contribute to this world in different ways. So allow yourself to get curious. And if you're interested in taking the Inspired Attorney Assessment, you can go ahead and take the assessment. I've put the link on the Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. It's theinspiredattorney.co, or on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio to take the assessment. We'll get a walkthrough with me, and you'll get a printout of the assessment for you to take and for you to use to further discover your superpowers and make your dreams come true, because they are valid and you are uniquely you. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you have an incredible day. No, you do not, Nikki, thank you. You do not need to be an attorney to take the assessment. Of course, my message is directed a lot at attorneys because I'm an attorney. I know what it's like to feel lost and to feel like I just don't fit the mold and just don't know what I want to do with my life or what my superpowers are. But the Inspired Attorney Assessment can be taken by people who are not attorneys. And so that's what's great. You're not asked any law questions. So we talk about on the assessment, it discovers what your values are, if any of your values are misaligned, what your business competencies are, how you fit in an organization, what kind of organization you fit in. Are you great for an entrepreneurial organization, or are you better for a plug and play or a hybrid of the approach? There's different types of organizations. And then we get to some of my favorites of figuring out, it tells you how you make decisions, which I think is just huge. Seeing these things, it's like people love horoscopes, right? Because we discover things about ourselves. And it's really cool to see how you make decisions, because it can help support you make better decisions, and also seeing, the size of your comfort zone and where you need help. For example, if you have a large comfort zone like me, sometimes I need someone to push me out of my comfort zone, whereas someone who has a small comfort zone may sometimes need someone to take a step back. So I really, really appreciate you asking, Nikki. So yeah, the Inspired Attorney Assessment is not just for attorneys. So if you are interested, please do utilize the link. I would love to help you in any way that I can. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. I am here. And I hope you guys have the most inspired day and rest of your week. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. Thank you for joining.